that's just an example of the New Zealand way, which is a learned behaviour as well. Many Kiwis learn that's the way to be, and it's reinforced by generation passing to other generations.
Yeah.
And the environment you're in society, people are doing the same thing, and so you understand that's the way to do it, so you do it.
Yeah, there's so many things like opening up, talking about this, because I know as well as being Czech, I've been patriotic for quite a long time, but these days I am not at all. I'm more trying to be the citizen of the world than identifying like strongly with my country. I know that's where I came from. I don't know if I'm proud of it. Doesn't really matter. It's just that's where I came from. That's what I what's that?
Absorb.
Absorb. That's what I absorb. But that's not the only way how to be. Like, being Czech is in many ways we have a lot of brilliant traits, but there is a lot of brilliant traits in many other countries as well. And being kind of enclosed, and that's what I was. That's where I think that's nicely connecting to the story in New Zealand. I was way too Czech. I just was, this is what I've been told. This is what I absorbed, and I went there and I replicated it, and I thought it's gonna work in the same way as it always worked in Czech, but it didn't. Yeah, now it's clicking. The main thing was that it didn't. My behavior patterns and programmings which I learned in Czech and worked in Czech, and I was able to get what I needed to feel safe, validated, and loved in Czech. It didn't work there, and that's when I crashed. Like the way how people were interacting with me was completely upside down. Yeah, I was upside down. I was in New Zealand, and that's how it kind of felt sometimes. But the funny thing was that it took me so long. Oh, it was not very funny. It was actually very hard time of my life. But I'm saying funny. Interesting. Like, it's always very interesting when things come together with some like time distance, where you can put it together, look at it, and say, "Wow, that's like almost like some scientist. Wow, it's amazing. How this all worked." But when I was in that moment, it sucked. It was shit. I didn't really enjoy many of those moments, but they were necessary. The thing what I was learning there, and which I didn't want to see, was exactly this: that the programming from Czech Republic is brilliant and can work in Czech Republic, but there are so many other ways to be, and some of my ways were very limiting and were very manipulative and were very like not allowing space for the other people, but it's all based on the way how I was brought up and on my childhood
and the culture that
and
you
the
learn.
culture. Yeah.
And obviously as well, when someone's so like into that, you get to like there's no self-reflection to realize that maybe the reason this is so and not working is because I'm so rigid in my ways of thinking this is the way. Like that's what causes conflict amongst countries. One country or one person thinks that this is the way and there's no other way. And just in that they don't realize that they're so like rigid or blinded or hardcore like this.
Yeah, it's all about this.
Because if you would realize that it's not working and it's because there's a cultural difference, if you would realize that right at the start, then things would change differently. It would be completely different. But one wouldn't realize to the degree that they're programmed. The degree that they're programmed is kind of like the equivalent of how strongly they'll need to crash to realize as well.
This
I
is
think
all about the way how we approach it, the other culture or the other what is it, state or country.
way to be.
Way to be. Yeah. If you approach it with a curiosity, or if you approach it as a this is who I am, this is how the things needs to be done, and I'm gonna make you, understand me, and basically make you see that my way is better than yours. And the funny thing with that is that there are no better ways. Like, for each of us works something different. And what I have learned, and where I struggled the most, was to kind of let go of my Czech programming, like realize that maybe that's not the only way to be, and allow myself, that's what I talked about in the other video, about allow myself to not do it. It doesn't take away my Czechness, or it doesn't take away my power or self-worth, but I can adapt, and I can see that some things are not working anymore. And I know I've carried so many beliefs and patterns that were not mine at all. They didn't reflect who I am at all. It was really just because everybody has been doing it around me for so many years. That's why I hold on to it. It was so hard for me to open and kind of realize, like, maybe I don't need this anymore. I don't have to do this anymore. How much does this serve me? And how energy expensive is it to protect this type of behavior when I'm in this completely new environment? And I've been protecting my type of programming in New Zealand just because I thought, if I will change, it will be like they changed me, and that way I am losing my self-worth. I didn't realize it can be actually, no, I can own it. I can be like, oh, I want to change because I want to live here. I want to be curious about how these people are, and I want to be curious about myself. Why am I behaving the way I'm behaving? It's just about, shifting the perspective, opening the mind. And it took me a long time to realize this, and I'm still battling with it. Battling. I don't want to be fighting these things. It's about not fighting. It's about the acceptance, allowing myself that I can change things in me, and then taking the action. The battling is not, I'm saying the word, but it's not the way to go. Got anything else?
Not right now, no.
Yeah, this allowing thing, I've been really lightning striked by it recently. I don't know if that's gonna make sense for many of you, but I realized that most of my life I haven't been allowing myself, like, my beingness, the way how I am. I was waiting to be allowed because that's the way how I was taught. That's the way how I was programmed, and that goes way back to my childhood, because there was only one specific way, or like many specific ways, but it's like from here to here. If I was wanting to deviate from that, for example, me being gay, it was in my environment. I haven't seen it. I didn't know anyone till I was I didn't meet any gay person till I was like 18. So that was not, I interpreted that's not allowed, and that's why it took me quite a long time to kind of come in terms with it, just to accept it, but not owe it. And now I'm really realizing, oh, but I actually have the power. It doesn't matter what others say. It's about what I see and what I allow. Like, this is my life, and it's time that I take care of it, and I kind of write my own programming. And that's kind of the point maybe of this video, that we've been all programmed. There is no doubt, and no one can escape it, because we don't.
Socialized is another word too.
Yeah.
We're socialized to whatever the environment is.
So you can't, when you are born, we are way too little, we are not fully developed, we have no power. Like, we have power, but we can't resist. So we become these sponges and we absorb everything what is around us. But till certain point in our life, or at some certain point of our life, the things flips, and we can start writing our programming. Maybe for some of you this is completely like, of course, how come you didn't know that? And yes, I didn't know that. I just didn't know that I have this power, and I'm still struggling with it. But it's okay. That's the thing. This is where I am. This is how I feel, and I'm very happy that I realized this, so I can be a creator of my life.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Do you have anything to add, dear passenger?
Not on that thing, no.
So then I'll thank you for creating a space for my thoughts.
You're welcome.
And I think we'll end this carriage here. So have a good day, evening, night, morning, wherever you are, whatever you do. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.